I started painting the houses and I thought it was just a project, a one-off project that I was going to do. I saw them as sort of being optimistic statements about the way we lived, and culturally they also expressed a certain sort of optimism and freedom. I thought, in Mullumbimby things were changing a little bit, but as I travelled out more and back to Melbourne and along the coast, I realised a lot of that landscape that I loved was just disappearing. And that wasn't my intention originally to do that, but it's just happened over the last 20 years. The process that I do is take photographs. It's very hard to sit outside someone's house and do a drawing. And then I'll compose a composition from my photographs. And then if I have time, I'd like to do a finished drawing, and then I'll do the painting. I had this idea to start working on some houses that I really liked in Mullumbimby, and they were actually drawings, a little bit similar to this, where very minimal works. And actually the first one I ever did, and I called it Endangered Species, and that was like probably 19 years ago. I had a sense then that things were changing, and I think that's what it was. I think something triggered in me that the place that I'd actually come to love was changing, and every suburb does change. I just wanted to capture something of the mood of that time. I thought it was just my emotional response to the landscape, and I consider the houses and the urban landscape part of our landscape. Sometimes in our daily lives we don't notice things. What I wanted to do was just highlight some of those simple times of day, or as you're going past, and you capture the light on the building. I just wanted to capture something that was a little bit more poetic. I wanted to actually add my own little touch of emotion to it. The house is a facade, but I realised a lot of the houses that I was actually drawn to and attracted to actually had created little environments around them that expressed something about who lived inside them. I think humans, even though they don't think they're creative, I think they actually respond to things like design elements like symmetry, where they plant things, where they place things, the colours that they choose their house to be. And it doesn't mean that you have to have a lot of money to do that. I think when a lot of these post-war houses that I'm more attracted to, which is the landscape I grew up in, there was not a lot of money. You made do, and you created your world around you. Land was cheap after the war, building materials were expensive, so houses were very modest, but they had lots of space around them. And when I first came to Mullumbimby, I noticed that there wasn't high fences, that there were low fences, and you connected to your neighbours, communicating, talking to each other. People were walking the streets, and it was a lot more like that when I grew up. There was a lot more freedom involved. The kids had a lot more freedom. They were out and about all the time. Look, I can't actually even answer myself what I respond to when I see a house. It could be, the light is very important. I use light to sort of capture, because I'm painting them from the front, I use light to try and capture 3 dimensions particularly. But it's, a building, sort of traps the light in a way. There's something about painting something that's very ordinary and giving it some significance and giving it the time of day. Just actually sitting down there. I feel like I'm renovating them sometimes, and they do look a little bit maybe better. when I finished.